Hey everybody, and welcome back to What's Dylan Doing. It's a show about things that I've got going on in my life. Today we are on another mission to get our steps in, to get our exercise in, and test some more of this camera gear junk. And we are at a really cool location in St. Louis called the Laumeier Sculpture Park. And it's like an open-air art museum. There's sculptures everywhere, some of which you can walk through, like the one I'm in right now, which I believe is called the House of Minotaur. It's really sweet. I love this place. I've been coming here for a long time, even before my little weight loss journey and all my adventures in hiking. But it's pretty sweet. So we're gonna get our steps in, get a little exercise in, and film some more stuff. Are you ready? Let's get to it. Man, you guys, this place is so darn cool. I love coming out here. Get to get my steps in, get to get my exercise in, get to feel like I'm one with nature, and there's plenty of amazing things to see along the way. So, we're going to get started with the hike portion of this video. I'm going to change things up a little bit since last weekend I had some issue with how smooth my footage was. I was filming in 30 frames per second. Today I'm going to try 48 frames per second. It's not 60 like I was talking about, but I really don't want to go home and have to de-squeeze all of my anamorphic footage. So that's where we're at today. We're going to see what it looks like. And I've brought along everything. I have all my lenses, all my microphones, all my tripods. I got my gimbal, both phones. We're going to try to use it all. So I'm excited. I hope you are too. Let's go explore. Alright, you guys, we are done with the first half of our trek on the hiking trail. The hiking trail is I think it's less than a mile long, but it's split in two sections. One section is about 0.77 miles, and the other one is the rest of it, however long that is. But it's joined by this huge courtyard that we're approaching right now, and it is filled with some of the most impressive, the largest scale sculptures that they have here at Laumeier Sculpture Park. So we're going to explore that a little bit before we hit the rest of the trail, and then call it a day. I'm feeling pretty good. The footage is looking a little bit smoother than it was last weekend, so I might be figuring all this stuff out, and I'm having fun in the process. Let's do some more exploring. Alright, you guys, I tried to vlog this, but apparently my wind muff wasn't completely covering my microphone, and the audio for these clips was unusable, so voiceover it is. And you'll have to bear with me, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing the titles of this artwork or the artist names correctly. Some of it is hard to pronounce, some of it is in different languages, but I'm going to do my best. We're going to begin at the top of the courtyard right by the visitor center, basically where we started our hike. The first part of the trail ends about halfway through the courtyard, so I figured we'd walk back up to the entrance and work our way back down towards the second portion of the hiking trail. That way I can show you all the sculptures in the courtyard in the order that they're presented. So the first sculpture we come across is called I by Tony Tassett. This piece is definitely eye-catching, wink wink. It's 425 inches around and made of fiberglass, resin, oil paint, and steel. The never-blinking, constantly conscious piece watches over the park day and night, and it creates tension as the sculpture stares across the landscape and back at the viewer. Directly beside I is Bornibus by Mark de Suervo. It's made of steel and cable, and it has pieces that are suspended that sway in the wind, which is meant to illustrate the fragility of man-made structures when opposed with the forces of nature. And after that is my personal favorite piece. It is titled in French, and I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce it, but I do know that it translates to The Dragonfly. It is by artist Armand. It's made of bronze and gold leaf on steel, and the placard located next to this piece describes it as simultaneously a dragonfly, a wood nymph, and a science experiment gone awry. Which is exactly what I was feeling when I looked at it. It is such an amazing piece, and definitely the style of art that I'm into, the stranger stuff, so this is right up my alley. This piece is pretty interesting. It's called When I Rise by David Hudson. It's a series of neon signs wrapped around a tree, or treons, if you will. It reads, "When I fall, let me fall. Without regret, like a leaf. When I rise up, let me. Rise up joyful, like a bird." Isn't that nice? A heartfelt message brought to you by Treons. This next piece is called Earth Mover by Mary Watt. It's made of tire? Yeah. And here we have another piece by Tony Tassett titled Deer. Oh dear. I really like that Tony titled all their pieces so literally. It's a giant eyeball, so I'll call it Eye. Or, it's a giant deer, so let's call it Deer. Keeping it simple, Tony, I love it. And now for the largest and most impressive sculpture in the courtyard, The Way by Alexander Liberman. It's made of 18 salvaged steel oil tanks. It's 100 feet high and weighs a hefty 55 tons. This monumental work dominates the entire courtyard and is the park's largest piece. Its scale is meant to represent the awe-inspiring impact of classical Greek temples and mammoth Gothic-style cathedrals. As you can see, it's currently under refurbishment. It was assembled on site back in 1980 and has been repainted twice, once in 1996 and again in 2011.
However, the current combination of faded and patchy paint, chipped concrete, and corroded metal means that it's time for more thorough conservation efforts. If you're interested, you can help restore the way by scanning the QR code you can see on the screen or by visiting the link that I'll provide in the description box below. The Way is definitely my second favorite piece here. If you are visiting the greater St. Louis area and are looking for something fun and exciting to do, consider coming out to Laumeier Sculpture Park. This piece alone makes the trip worth it. It is incredibly cool to see in person, and the size of it is seriously mind-blowing. And that about wraps up the courtyard sculptures, but here are a few honorable mentions I saw on my way back to the hiking trail.
Alright, you guys, we have found the entrance to the last bit of our hiking trail, and I'm going to switch back over to the anamorphic lens, get the rest of my B-roll for the day, and I'll see you in the car. Well, that's it, you guys. We finished it. There was not much to the last little bit of that hiking trail. I barely got any B-roll back there. It was very, very short, a lot shorter than I remembered. I think it took me a total of like 8 minutes to walk the rest of the hiking trail. But I think I got enough footage today to sustain this whole video. So I think we'll be okay. From what I could tell, the 48 frames per second, it helped a little bit. It smoothed things out. I don't know, I'm just going to have to get home and edit it and see what it looks like. It is burning up in this car, and I am already super sweaty from hiking around. I did remember my allergy pill today, so that's all fine and well, but I forgot bug spray. So I have mosquito bites all over my legs, and it's killing me. So I'm going to end this video. I'm going to go home and I'm going to shower, and I'm going to look it over, see how everything looks, just kind of go from there. But that's another one for the books, you guys. As always, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you watching, subscribing, and clicking the bell. I'm Dylan, and this is what I've been doing. I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully a little less sweaty. Bye.